Hi dancers, it's Miss Curvy here. How are you? I hope you are safe and well. It's been a while since we saw each other and we're gonna try to do the final portion of this Mondavi Center residency virtually. So I'm pretty excited about it. I've been teaching virtually for a couple weeks now and I know you've been learning virtually. So we're gonna use a little bit of what we know and what we were working on to create some short dances at home. So last I saw you, we were working on action words. We were exploring words like rotate and bounce and melt and wave. And then we were playing with the elements of dance and using those to manipulate or change the movement and make it more interesting. So I have a challenge for you today. I would like for you to make an acrostic name poem. So many of you have probably done this before. I'm gonna hold mine up for you to see. So basically what you're doing is you're taking the first letter of your name, I used my last name, and you are associating with each letter a word. And we're going to use verbs since we're moving. And attached to this lesson plan is a whole list of verbs or action words for you in alphabetical order to help you generate some ideas, but you guys are creative and smart, and so I know that you're going to think of a whole bunch more. So here is my acrostic name poem. I have written out my name here, K-I-R-B-Y, and then with each letter I associated a verb of my choice. So my first verb is kick, then ignore, rotate, remember we were playing with that idea of rotation and turning different body parts, bounce, and yield, which means to kind of give in. So I am going to figure out some ways to do these movements in my body, and because we're all at home and going to record these, probably a lot of our dances are going to be stationary, happening in one place, and gestural, happening maybe with just your upper body. Very familiar to a lot of you TikTok enthusiasts, so I thought you might have some fun with this. Okay, so now I'm going to show you how I put my dance together. So I am thinking of the verb kick. Now, I can kick, right? But I also know that I have the elements of dance to help me. So to make my kick a little bit more interesting, I'm going to use the element of body and find a different body part to kick with. So I'm going to decide actually instead of to kick with my leg, I'm going to kick with my arm. So a kick is a lot like a punch, right? It's direct, it's strong. So I'm going to add a kick with my arm, but I also know that I can use the element of energy. So I'm going to go ahead and break that kick up into a couple different sharp parts. So my kick will go kick, kick, kick. So now I've taken my kick I could have done with my leg and changed it to a new body part and made it sharp. So it's more interesting and exciting. So I'm going to show you my dance once, talking it through, and then I'll put on some music and perform it for you. Okay. Oh, and just as a reminder, here are other elements of dance. I'm going to attach this also in your lesson, but just remember that we were also working a lot with space, with big and small movements. So I could choose maybe to make my kick smaller, or I could choose to make it higher or lower, right? We're also working with the element of time. We were working with fast and slow. Some of you got to working with rhythm. This assignment is really fun to play with rhythm. So instead of kick, 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 my rhythm could be kick, 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 or kick, 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 kick. So I can play with the rhythm of my gesture too. So these are all your ingredients you're going to use to make your dance more interesting. So my dance starts with a K, so I'm going to kick, kick, kick. Then it's an I, and I'm going to choose to ignore. Then I have the word rotate. I'm going to rotate my hand around my face, and I think I'm going to use the element of repetition, so I'm going to repeat it a couple of times. So I'm going to kick, 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 ignore, rotate, rotate, rotate. I think I'll do my last one. I think I'll add a little rhythm. So I'll do it fast, fast, and slow. That kind of makes it more interesting for me. And then my next word is bounce. But I think I'm gonna try a different body part. So I think I'm gonna try bouncing my head against my hand, kind of like a ball. So I have kick, 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 ignore, rotate, 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 slow, and then I'm gonna bounce, bounce, bounce. I think I'll use repetition again to make that a little more interesting. And then for a yield, I think I'm just gonna kind of just go ahead and give in to that bounce and end here. And remember that our movement sentences or our dances or choreography are gonna start with a frozen beginning and a frozen ending. So that's gonna indicate to our audience, even though it's a virtual audience in this case, that our dance is beginning and ending. All right, so I'm gonna put on some music and show you my choreography. I'll go ahead and say it out loud so you can see how I put it together. So I start in a frozen shape. I'm gonna get kick, kick, kick. You know what, I'm gonna change my focus on that. I'm gonna do it again. This time I'm gonna have my focus forward to emphasize the ignore after. Kick, 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 ignore. Rotate, rotate, rotate. Bounce, 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 and yield. And then I'm going to hold my ending so you know my dance is over. I'll do it once without talking. Here we go. All right, my dance is very short, but I encourage you to make yours longer, play around, find a space in your house where you have lots of space to be creative, try different things. I'm gonna see this video, your teacher's gonna see this video, but nobody else in the world will see this video unless you want them to. So be original, try something new, get creative, do something a little bit out of your comfort zone, and I'm really excited to see what you guys come up with. Okay, be well, everybody.